Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Heartbeat Arena. It's your boy, Trillionaire Chuck. Hey, yo, we got some stuff to talk about, especially in relationship talk, the latest trades in the NFL, and of course, those Warriors and Lakers. Like, if y'all was able to catch that game, man, mm-mm-mm. So before we get into all that, there's some interesting news. Current event in Chicago, in case people didn't know. The mayor, the mayor of Chicago is basically kicking out the migrants from the shelter homes this Saturday, actually. His reason is because the shelter homes in Pilsen have got their second case of measles. So they're kicking all of them out. And so the whole thing with that is just it's like, okay, you're gonna kick them out because the weather's warming up. But yet, to my knowledge, they still are going to get the assistance, the housing vouchers, and everything like that. Rent paid for up to 6 months, as long as they can maintain, find a job, which theoretically should be easy to do, honestly, because there are places hiring left and right in Chicago. Keep in mind, they chose to make this the center ground for them to come to because Texas and New York didn't want them. So all these migrants are coming, they sheltered up, stayed in the hotel rooms, everything of that nature, and then all of a sudden, because they have measles, in the second case of measles, they're getting kicked out. So, I mean, it's just unfortunate that that's happening to them. And the mayor of Chicago needs to focus on the people first that actually live here, that do need the help, and are not trying to milk the system. So that's always been my thing. This country is quick to always help out another country or the people before helping out their own. I think it's backwards and stuff. And, not just me, a lot of people really have an issue with that. But let's dive into it. Okay, so shout out to my boy El Rashad for this topic. Well, this source. So according to www.bearswire.com, Justin Fields is no longer in Chicago. He's in Pittsburgh with Russell Wilson. Now, when I first heard this news, I was devastated. I was heartbroken because I was like, we're making all of these trades, all these moves, and we're like, yes, we're finally finna get to go to the playoffs. Yes. And Justin walks. It was so bad to the point I was like, I'm a Steelers fan now. Never been a Steelers fan a day in my life. But I was like, I'm a Steelers fan because we shouldn't have got rid of Justin Fields. But because of El Rashad, he sent me this late breaking message. And it basically was a 4-team trade that Fields was in, and Fields asked management to go to Pittsburgh. And the organization did right by Fields by sending him to Pittsburgh. Unlike, the Damian Lillard situation where he wanted out of Portland, he wanted to go to Miami, but the organization was like, nah, we're not sending you to Miami, we're going to send you to Milwaukee. Yes, Milwaukee's a good team, but, do right by Dame. Dame want to go to the Heat, let him go to the Heat. Now, here's the question that was posed to me on this topic was, did the Bears should the Bears have gave up Justin Fields? It's kind of like a two-part question. Should the Bears have gave up Justin Fields for that 6th round pick for the Steelers? No. I mean, granted, we should have been like, we're not drafting a quarterback because we already got Bridget, right, as the backup. So you made Fields kind of felt underappreciated because here you are with the number one pick. We're thinking you're going to get Marvin Harris Jr., that wide receiver, to help out with Fields to put him in a situation where he could actually make the playoffs and go far, which is what we was all expecting. But when he unfollowed the Bears, we kind of figured something was happening. And I understand where Justin is coming from because he's like, why would you get a quarterback? You know, I've been here for 3 years. Why would you go get a quarterback where I have to compete for a spot? I should not have to compete. No, we re-signed Mike Eberflus, which everybody's like, that was stupid. No, we should have gotten a new coach that could cater to Justin's talents. And him going to Pittsburgh is a good move for him because he's going to have weapons. He's going to have a strong line. He's going to be well coached by Mike Tomlin, who's, arguably, legendary, hands down, Hall of Fame coach. Not only that, he's going to play behind Russell Wilson. Even though Justin is a starter, probably almost any other team, he's going to get to learn from a Super Bowl uh, championship quarterback in Russell Wilson. He's going to learn how to make the reads. He's going to develop properly. So that's why I kind of like the move for Justin Fields. So I'm going to support and root for Justin Fields every time he's playing. Now, here's the problem that I have with this deal, because this deal was kind of tricky. It was sketchy. Let me get my notes out. So basically, Justin has to play 51% of his snaps this season for the Bears to get the sixth round pick. Now, Justin being the backup, that 51% of snaps, I don't think it's going to happen. Unless they blowing the team out, I don't think it's going to happen. So it's kind of like the Bears gave up Justin Fields for basically a snickerdoodle cookie and some milk. A lot of people are heated about that because we were improving, and now all of a sudden he's gone. But I get it. He wanted to go to he didn't want to compete. He's like, y'all finna go. I'm just gonna learn and be developed properly. I want to go to this team. Organization said, fine, okay, we'll send you to that team. And they did. That's it's just unfortunate, but as Bears fans, we're tired. We're tired of the disappointment. We're tired of always rebuilding, always starting over, always starting over, always starting over. We are due for a playoff game to be in a playoff picture. So if y'all follow me on Facebook, if you follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, I am boycotting all the. I was number one saying boycott Bears game, boycott it. But because the organization did right by Justin, I kind of got to take a stance to say, I apologize for that. I can't say that. I can't get mad at an organization that sends the star player to the destination they want to go to, or if they want it out and you allow them to be out. You know, I can't get mad at an organization like that. For that. And then another news, we got some controversy coming on here. So we got Blaze Taylor, the analyst at Texas A&M, son of the school's associate head coach. He was arrested in Utah on Thursday after being indicted in the 2023 deaths of his girlfriend and her unborn child, according to Nashville police. Let's go a little deeper in this. Okay. So Taylor was indicted Wednesday by a grand jury from Nashville, charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder for poisoning the death of his girlfriend and 5-month-old fetus. And the death was March 6th of 2023. So basically, after the decision and stuff, he had later on fled to Utah after the death. So what was going on is Nashville was trying to coordinate with Utah to try to, get him to come back to Nashville to serve his time and everything. And, sources from Janelle Lynch from CNN. I said that, yeah. My heart goes out to the girlfriend and the unborn child. It's crazy. I don't know what would cause someone to do that, to poison their girlfriend, and especially when she's pregnant with your child. I just don't. I don't get. I don't understand it. It was just. It's unfortunate that it happened. Whatever the issue is, it doesn't cause for you to take someone's life and stuff. So, hopefully Nashville is able to get on him, and he gets the punishment that is given to him by the justice system for what he had did and stuff. But let's bring on some happy news. So, Donna, forgive me if I'm saying the name wrong. Donna Required has the longest ever run in Antarctica at 49 years old. So, it was sub-zero cold, bitter winds, bitter cold, she said. She couldn't see her feet due to the poor visibility. And I didn't even know they did an ultra marathon in Antarctica. First off, my black blood ain't going through Antarctica and running no mile or no ultra marathon. No, she ran 871 miles for 28 days, and some of you people that are out of shape can't even do 3 miles. This 49-year-old woman is out here running in this bitter cold. Out there. Let me tell you what the temperatures was. -4 degrees, wind strongest 50 miles per hour. Sources say from George Ramsey from CNN. Look, that should be motivation for y'all to get in the gym and get in shape. I salute you, man, because, hey, I ain't running in that cold. No, that's like when it was like frostbite temperature here in Chicago a while back, and people had to go outside in that weather and still had to go to work. So imagine those that were like standing at the bus stops, freezing cold. It was like so cold, like, oh my goodness. Like I said, they said you literally step outside, it was damn near instant frostbite. And those from Chicago know that day that I'm talking about, where it was super duper freezing cold outside. It was like nobody wasn't walking around outside in that weather. Like, it was that crazy. And this lady here running in -4 degrees, winds strong as 50 miles per hour. In this ultra marathon, 28 days, ran 871 miles, and people in the gym can't even do 3 miles, let alone a mile, to get themselves, in shape and condition. That's inspiration. To me, that's inspiration. But before we get into this Warriors and Laker game, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Don't go nowhere. So, Warriors and Lakers been battling for this 10th seed spot, and for playing. Warriors pull out a win, 128 to 121 on the 16th of March in the year 2024. So, let's read off some interesting stats here. Draymond Green with 6 points, 13 assists, 12 rebounds. He shot 50% from the field. 6 more points, he had a triple double. Jonathan Kuminga, who continuously has been on a tear ever since Draymond was suspended. He racked up 23 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds, shooting 66.7% from 3 and shooting 56.3% from the field. Okay, pretty good. Kuminga, keep it up. You're the future of this team. Andrew Wiggins, he's been kind of on a roller coaster ride this season. They ain't really been playing as well. This game, he had 16 points, 1 assist, 6 rebounds, shooting 33% from 3 and shooting 41.2% from the field. And then we got Chef Curry. Steph finished the game with 31 points, 2 steals, 5 assists, 6 rebounds, shooting 30% from 3 and 50% from the field. Okay. Then we got our boy Klay Thompson off the bench with 26 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds, shooting 50% from 3, shooting 6% from the field. Then we had Chris Paul with 8 points, 4 assists, 6 rebounds, shooting 57.1% from the field. So when you read these numbers, you know, Klay coming off the bench was probably a smart move because it gives him time to. He gets into the flood game. He's now being back to himself. He had that rocky start. Klay's gonna be Klay. Klay's gonna shoot, but now with the second unit and stuff, he's able to give them more spark off the bench. Here's the thing though. Chris Paul. People ask today, what was why did they bring Chris Paul over there? They say he was to run the second unit. Realistically, that's what it was supposed to be at first. He was supposed to run the second unit with Moody and Kuminga now and Looney, but when you really look at it, when they started Chris, I automatically knew they was gonna move Steph to the 2, so Steph could be off the ball less, and he could play more off the ball, and then have Klay at the 3. Put Wiggins at the 4 and Dre at the 5. They were gonna do that small ball lineup. That's how that ended up to be, but it wasn't, successful. Chris Paul, of course, faced injury. Klay had a slump because he was probably thinking about his contract and other things that's going on in his life. Then Wiggins had some things going on in his life. And so when Draymond was suspended, it gave Kuminga a shot, and he took advantage of that shot. And Klay was humble enough to be like, yo, just let me come off the bench. They made the decision for him to come off the bench, but, he's accepted that role because Klay's not who he once used to be, and now that he's finding his rhythm. Because you got to remember, he's playing for his contract this year. He didn't sign that extension, and now he has to produce. And the Warriors have to make it to the playoffs. Otherwise, Klay may be taking a pay cut. Because after the season, he just had the extension, he's a free agent, he's going to be able to test the waters. It will literally be up to the Warriors to determine if he's even worth whatever the match is going to be. They're hoping it's going to be lower than what it initially should have been, what he was asking for. And, if it's more, it's going to be a tough decision to make. I remember I asked the question in the previous episode: should the Warriors keep Klay Thompson? And I was like, yeah, they should. They should. We all want them to retire together because they got those championships. He helped contribute to the four, but now we're in a what have you done for me lately? You guys are getting older. You're not getting younger. It's a young man's league. Everybody knows that it's a young man's league now. It's not an old man. It's a young man's league now. Draymond is Draymond. He's the glue. He's the one that's going to be assisting and rebounding. Majority of the game. If you get scoring from him, you're lucky to get scoring from him. And so let's see what these Lakers did. Rui with 14 points, 1 block, 2 assists, 4 rebounds, shooting 70% from the field. LeBron James had 40 points, 1 block, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, 6% from three, 65.2% from the field. Anthony Davis, who in the game got poked in his eye, I think his eye swelled up or whatever the case happened. So he was done for the night. 8 points, 1 block, 2 assists, 4 rebounds, shooting 50% from the field. Here's where it got interesting. Austin Reeves, 11 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds, shooting 22% from three, 30.8% from the field. D'Lo, he had 23 points, 13 rebounds. No, not 13 rebounds. He had 13 assists, 3 rebounds, shooting 30% from three, shooting 42.9% from the field. And then you have Spencer Dinwiddie with 7 points, 2 rebounds, shooting 100% from the three because he only shot 1 3 and he made it. And then he was 100% from the field because he only made like 2 layups. So the question is, at this rate with LeBron James, is he going to be able to play until he's like 41, 42 at this rate that he's going? How old is LeBron? Let's look up. Let me look my phone real quick. I think he's like 37 or 39. I gotta look. Hold on. He's 39 years old. So 3 more years. Can he play until he's 42? First of all, let's give LeBron a hand clap. I gotta give him a hand clap, man. Like 39 years old, putting up numbers that's better than damn near 90% of the people, of the guys that's in the NBA, even the rookies and 3 year, 4 year guys. Even the guys who they saying is MVP caliber, like Luka, Embiid, Tatum, especially Tatum. Like from Tatum, when I'm seeing this, I feel embarrassed. He dropped 39. He dropped 40 points at age 39. This is what Tatum should be doing on a regular basis. If he's playing at this rate, his engine, because it took care of itself, he's able to play this long. But because he drives to the basket still so much, instead of like being on that block, he might be done at 41. He might be done at 41. Like Gil said this on Gilbert Arenas, today when I was watching it. I agree. I'm like, at this juncture, why don't LeBron just go start mid post on the block? Just you're gonna get fouled. Just go there, start there, because that way it preserves your body not using much of your legs. You know, and then AD was supposed to be helping with the scoring, taking on majority of the load, and 1 minute he's good, then the next minute he's putting up these types of numbers, and he so streaky, it's ridiculous. Then D-Lo is being D-Lo, like I said last episode, this is what's expected of D-Lo, 23, 25 a night. The 13 assists, that's a plus. But I said it on the last episode, I said he should wake up 23, 25, or 20 and 25 points. That should be, he wake up, he just do that. Just be aggressive, stay aggressive. They got Spencer Dinwiddie, but he still trying to find where he fits in at. Austin had a bad shooting night. He has to give at least 18 to 23 points a night. I mean, this Lakers team, they're in a tight spot because the Warriors and them are competing for that 10th spot, for that play-in spot, and you're asking the 39-year-old man to carry you all, just like the Warriors are asking Steph to carry them. See, realistically, with the Warriors, Draymond should be having 12 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists. His assists need to be coming from Wiggins, Clay, Curry, and a little from Kuminga. I wouldn't even say really Kuminga. Really, it's supposed to be Wiggins, Clay, and Steph. CP3, 10, 12 points, 8 assists. They're going to have to turn it up if they want to try to make it in the play-in and to save their season. Clay's contract depends on, I repeat, you can book it. I'm going on the record right now and say, if the Warriors don't make it to the playoffs, Clay gonna have to take a pay cut to stay with that team. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's gonna go to free agency market. Some team's gonna give him a high value. The Warriors may not match it because they're gonna go off what he's doing this season. You can book it. You can book it. I'm telling you right now, Warriors don't make the playoffs, Clay may not be on that roster next year. I'm just calling it like it is. Because the owner wants championship. And as I'm looking at it, Wiggins might be gone too. Only one that's really safe is probably Steph. Steph is going to have a say-so in this too. Steph is going to have a say-so if Clay stays. So, I'm letting you know. And before we move into our next segment, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Stay tuned. Don't go nowhere.
Are you ready to take on the ultimate basketball challenge? Our Shift Squad women's basketball shorts are designed to help you dominate the court in style and comfort, with functional pockets and a unique design. These shorts are the perfect addition to your basketball gear. Get your hands on these amazing shorts for just $33 and take on the challenge with Shift Squad.
Alright, welcome back. Let's get into the last segment of the show, relationship talk. Okay, so first question I was asked, what is evolution of love, Charles? So, so basically, it's like three stages of love that people don't know about. You got the infatuation, compassionate, and enduring love. Okay, so the infatuation stage is basically the phase that's worked by intense attraction, excitement, and a strong desire to be with your partner, the object of affection. So it's that spark in the beginning when, two people meet, you're on the phone for hours, you're talking, and it's that, oh, you hang up first, no, you hang up first, or y'all may fall asleep on the phone. I don't know who still does that now, but, hey, I was guilty of it, did it one time, because this girl want to say, she claims that she said I could have got on the phone. She ain't want me to get on the phone. She wanted me to stay on the phone while she was asleep, snoring ass. And she's snoring and stuff, so yeah, like. But anyways, that's that stage. It's like some people call it the butterfly stage and all that stuff. And then you move on to the second stage, which is the companionate love. So this stage is basically the sense of security, the trust, and the emotional intimacy part. You guys have a deeper knowledge and understanding of what each other needs are and desires. And this is supposed to be the mutual respect, and this is how support is created. So this is the stage where you guys know you know each other, right? And you know what this person needs and out of you, as far as like when I say need, it's not a money thing or nothing like that. It's okay. If this person is lacking confidence in themselves or needs to be pushed, they need the inspiration. So you give them the inspiration and the support to help them, get through or do whatever it is they need to do. And let's say if, on the other end, you're dating someone who is just work, study working, but they suck at prioritizing and managing money. They need you to come in and help manage the money, help prioritize, help with scheduling, so that way they're not all over the place and they don't forget things. That's that stage. You guys develop a sense of trust within each other, as far as like you could trust that when you come home or you call your partner, that you could tell them any and everything and they don't feel judged, or they don't feel like you don't understand them. And also, that's where that, security comes in there, because one would say like your home should be your safe zone. It should be where you come in, y'all should be able to talk about whatever issues you're facing without any type of judgment. Keep in mind, this isn't where like someone gives advice and if they give you the advice that you don't like, you all of a sudden think they hate or they're not supporting. No, they're giving you advice that you've asked for, that is looking out for your best interest, in this particular moment or that particular time. You can't be sensitive in this stage. This is a stage of not being sensitive. And if you're dealing with a sensitive person in this stage, then you have to connect with them on a level where what you say doesn't come off harsh. And some people don't know how to do that. That's the maybe I think I kind of I could be at times like if you know a woman who I'm dating, she asks me for advice, I give it to her straight. I don't want sugarcoat it or nothing, you know. But if she's sensitive to it, I have to be aware of how sensitive she is, and I have to be able to relay a message in a way where she doesn't feel like I'm judging her or attacking her, if that makes any kind of sense. And then the last stage you have the enduring love. So with this stage, this is a deep sense of commitment. One would say this is the marriage stage. You know, second stage is more like engagement. Third stage is more like marriage. But let's see, a deep sense of commitment and loyalty. That this is what a partners accept and appreciate each other for their flaws and their imperfections in this stage. When conflicts arise, they work together. Because in a marriage, there's going to be conflict. When you marry someone, you've accepted their flaws. You accept their imperfections. You've accepted that if you're dating a woman and you marry this woman and she has a smart mouth, you accept the fact that she has a smart mouth. And you try to deal with it and communicate. You don't take it personal. Ladies, if you're dating a guy and you know the guy barely makes $50,000, but he holds it down at the household. He's not out messing around. He's taking care of the bills as best as he could with that 40K he gets. You've accepted the flaws and imperfections of this person, because you probably want him to make more or push to make more money. But if he's cool with making 40, you've accepted that. And see, here's the thing. Not everybody is meant to be business owners. Some people are okay with working and being mediocre. There's nothing wrong with that as long as you live with the truth. Like, hey, I'm okay and I'm content with this. No, I got a friend. Okay. Matter of fact, yeah, I can tell the story. He wanted to get his CDL. In order for him to get a CDL, he would have had to be over the road, right? I think he was going to sign up and register for classes and stuff to get his CDL. The girl he was dating at the time, she didn't want him to do that. She didn't want him to do that because she was like, he gonna be gone too much. So, like, they was, the trust wasn't there, and they ended up not working. And it's and during stage, this would be considered a conflict. Hey, you're gone too much. I'm not gonna be able to see you as much, and I'm not gonna be able to have much time to talk to you because you're on the road. But if she was real, she would have been like, okay, do what you gotta do, come back safe. We'll figure it out. We'll make time to talk or whatever. I'll work around your schedule. You can work around my schedule. Compromising is in the enduring love stage and stuff. And I see a lot of people who don't like to compromise. Like, they still want to do them and still think their relationship is going to flourish, and it's not. In fact, it will fail because you being too selfish and not caring about your partner will push your partner away. Skip Bayless, Stephen A. said this about Skip Bayless. Skip said this to his wife. He was like, "My job comes before you." And Stephen A. was like, "How is he married? I don't know. I mean, but he's obsessed with what he does. He's obsessed with his work. His wife knows that, and she understands it. Like, hey, this is what he does. He's trying to be the best at it, and it's going to involve him doing research, watching games and stuff. You know, doing breakdowns for him to be number one. So when it comes to being part of that 0.0001, you're gonna have to make sacrifices, and you just gotta hope that sometimes women don't understand the sacrifices that men make, and sometimes guys don't understand the sacrifices that their woman makes, for these high-paying careers, or the businesses that she may have or run. So you don't get something without nothing. Sometimes it may require late nights. Hey. It requires dedications and stuff. Being great, is it's hard. Having a successful relationship, let alone a marriage, is hard. If you're not built for the long run, then get out before you get in too deep. That's my advice to you, ladies and gentlemen. Which brings me to my next topic: love languages. I've been hearing this term a lot. Love language. Oh, know my love language. This is my love language. So Dr. Gary Chapman, created this whole thing. Breaking down love languages. Let's see what they are. Let me get my notes out. I gotta kick my feet up for this one. No, kick my feet up for this one. Love languages. The first one is words of affirmations. People receiving verbal praise, compliments, expressions of appreciation. So these are the type of people that you tell them, hey, you look good today. Hey, dinner was great. I appreciate everything that you do in this relationship. Thank you for listening to me talk. It means a lot. These types of people, these are the people that seek appraisal. Even at jobs, they want to get recognition. That's what I like to call it. This part would be like the recognition part. They want their recognition. That they want to know they're doing a good job. They want to know that you love them and that you appreciate them and you care about them. This is true. Yeah, that's what that basically is. Number 2, got acts of service. This is where people are about actions. You know what they say? Actions speak louder than words. So these are the type of people that when you come home and you might have worked a 10-hour shift and you normally are the cook. Yeah, you normally you normally do the cooking in the household and stuff, and you come home, your spouse cooked, or you was sick, and you was asleep, tired, you had errands to run, your spouse did the errands for you. whatever you're used to doing on a regular, they've lightened the load for you. And so this is brings about a sense of careness and consideration. And these are what some people like look for. Like if again, like if someone's operating a small business, if you're dating someone that runs a small business, and this is their love language, acts of service, you might do their errands, answer the calls, let them know, hey, before you came in, this is such expect you to call, or hey, I did this for you, or you probably cooked them breakfast in bed, stuff like that, or gave them a massage, rub their feet, acts of service. They appreciate that. And the third one, receiving gifts. Now, before y'all get to talking about this receiving gift stuff, no, it doesn't have a price on it, okay? So don't be thinking like, oh yeah, that's my love language because I want Gucci purses, Burberry. No, this ain't that. This ain't that. These are the type of people that like gifts with meaning behind it. It could be y'all been in a relationship for 5, 6 years, and it could be a place that was memorable. A place that's memorable when you take that person, you like give that person a picture as a gift. They're like, wait, this is what's with the picture? Like, well, you forgot this is where we were for our first date and stuff. That could be receiving gifts, or like someone something that's sentiment to someone they pass along to you. Like, okay, if a loved one had died, let's say like grandma passed, and grandma gave this person a chain or something, then they gave the chain onto their wife or their girlfriend. Like, hey, my grandma gave this to me. I want you to have it because that's how special you mean to me. And that person accepts. They like stuff with meaning behind it. This person likes gifts with meaning behind it. Something that you genuinely put thought into. It could be y'all going on a date and y'all going to the shared aquarium and having like a picnic. That could be like a little you give them a gift of like some wine they never had. The wine ain't gotta be expensive. It's just like, hey, I know you like red wine. I don't want to give you a bottle of red wine. Don't mean it gotta be the upper echelon of red wine and stuff like that. But it's gifts with meaning and thought behind it. These people want effort put behind this gift. They don't care about the dollar price or the money. So now, these people, fourth one, quality time people. These are the people that just want to spend time with you undividedly. No phones, no distractions. It's just y'all two. These are the people that want to like do game nights, or hey, y'all lay in the bed and just cuddle and talk, communicate. Some might find this to be clingy because you just want to be laid up under them all day, 24/7, 365. And they get mad when you got to go to work, or you want to go to the gym and you don't want to be under them. These are these type of people, the quality time people. That's their love language. They just want to spend some time with you. Oh man, people had a lot of that during the pandemic when motherfuckers weren't going on here. And look what happened. All them one quality time people. They found out real quick. They like, man, what the fuck? They was, whew. A lot of divorces happened during that time. That's another topic. So the fifth one, the physical touch. These are the people that like expressing their love in public. Hugs, kisses, uh, you could put sex in it because all that stuff, like the kisses, the hugs, and everything like that, eventually that leads up to it. You know, these are people that these are touchy feely people. What I mean by that is like they want to hold your hand in public. They want to, kiss in public and all that stuff. These are these types of people. Which, brings me to my question. Can two people with different love languages work? According to a source by www.basel.com, they say yes. However, it's going to take compromise, understanding, knowing the other person's love language, and everything of that nature. I'm going to go out on a limb and say my personal experience. It's tricky. It's tough. As soon as love language is a five, let's say the woman's love language is a five. Man's love language would be, let's say, a one. According to these terms, she wants to be huggy dovey, lovey dovey, hold hands in public, but he doesn't. That's not him. He's the type he wants to be complimented. He wants the praises, the recognition. And she's thinking, this is why it's tricky because she's expressing she loves the guy because she kisses him and all that stuff, but he's like, no. He may not feel that love because she's not saying you know, how much appreciative he is in a relationship because he's a one, she's a five. So it's tricky. I've seen it when a guy and a girl. I was I did live years back, and the guy was like, I guess they met on Tinder or something. They met online dating. First time they went out. White couple. And they're arguing in the back. They were arguing about the date because he wants to hold her hands and be hugged up with her. She didn't like that. So she was like, just because I don't like being lovey dovey with you didn't mean I didn't appreciate the date. He's pissed. He's like, I'm just gonna drop you off because I'm like, I'm trying to show you love and stuff. She's like, but that's not how she was receiving the love. So they asked me, of course, throw me in a fret, right? I was like, that's probably not her love language. You gotta understand what she values as love. She might be the number two type, acts of service. you know, lending a helping hand, cooking, running errands, stuff like that type of person, helping out when she needs help. She might be that type. She's not the touch type, the number five type. She might be the uh I would probably say like the number one type, the compliment type, you know, verbal praises, compliments, and expressions of appreciation. And so it's best if y'all both have the same love language. It makes the relationship flow smoother. But I'm not saying it can't work if it's too different. It's going to be challenging because you will have to understand the other person's love language. You will have to understand what it is they like and dislike. You know what I mean? But that goes back to the evolution of love. Three phases. Once you get to that, get out the second phase into that third phase, it's it's just basically y'all figure out the conflict and y'all work it out. So I mean, it just depends. It depends if y'all really put in the work. It probably can work. But if you do find someone that has the same love language as you, then it's almost it should theoretically it should be a match made in heaven. You know, and so but that's the show for today. Tune in next time. It's your boy Trillionaire Chuck. I'm saying